63. Al-Qayyum, the self-subsisting, the self-sustaining. Al-Qayyum is one of the 99 names of Allah, God, mentioned in Islamic tradition. It is derived from the Arabic root word qwm, which means to stand or to support. Al-Qayyum can be translated as the self-subsisting or the self-sustaining. This name of Allah signifies His eternal and independent existence, as well as His continuous maintenance and sustenance of all creation. Allah is the ultimate source of support, upon whom everything relies for its existence. Al-Qayyum also emphasizes Allah's power and ability to maintain and regulate the affairs of the universe, without any need for sleep, rest, or assistance from anyone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Qayyum. His essence/nature is to exist, being utterly free from dependence on anything or anyone. Al-Qayyum is the one through whom all things arise. He is ever living and self-sustaining. Everything else in existence depends on Al-Qayyum. 3 verses in the Quran include the name Al-Qayyum, and it always occurs in pairs with the name Al-Hayy, the living. Together these names show the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala being independent and sovereign. He is ever living not because some source enables him but because of his essence of self-sustaining, self-subsisting. In contrast, all life remains dependent on one thing or another. They require proper living conditions, which include specific temperatures, the correct atmospheric pressure, composition, and dependence on many other elements. There is no one but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that can exist without truly needing anything from anyone. All things in existence rely upon Him for their being. Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of existence. Quran 3-2. And all faces will be humbled before the ever-living, the sustainer of existence, and he will have failed who carries injustice. Quran 20-111. Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of all existence. Neither drowsiness overtakes Him nor sleep. To Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. Who is it that can intercede with Him except by His permission? He knows what is, presently, before them and what will be after them, and they encompass not a thing of His knowledge except for what He wills. His kursi extends over the heavens and the earth, and their preservation tires Him not, and He is the Most High, the Most Great. Quran 2-255. There is another understood meaning of Al-Qayyum. He is the one who holds upright or causes to stand up. This connotates a sense of dependence. He not only is self-sustaining but is the sustainer. For example, Qayyum, time, or Qayymatun, Qayyimatun, is an Arabic name/word for standing, rising, or being upright. Al-Qayyum is the more emphatic derivative containing the same root qwm. And in Surah Ar-Ra'd ayah 33 it mentions, Afaman uwa qaimun ala kulli nafsin bima kasabat, meaning, is then He, Allah, who takes charge, guards, maintains, provides, etc. of every person, and knows all that he has earned, like any other deities who know nothing? Whether we realize it or not, we're all being upheld by the willingness and command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the maintainer who guards, protects, and provides. The word Qayyum also shares the same root of the word Qa'ama, a concept of survival and subsistence. This topic has become controversial because it plays into gender politics. The verse which is viewed with scrutiny comes from Surah Nisa ayah 34, Araya al-Qawaimuna al-Nizai by ma'fad dalayahu badahum Allah badan wa by ma anfakumin amwalihim. Men are in charge of women, because Allah hath made the one of them to excel the other. and because they spend of their property, for the support of women. Some translations of this verse use in charge, which seems more possessive, but really it means a duty upon man to provide, protect, and look after the women in their lives. To be a guardian or a supporter, this includes, but is not limited to, material sustenance, but this sustenance can be further extended to emotional support, guidance, and companionship required for a healthy marriage. It's not to say women aren't capable. In studying Sirah, we know Khadija bint Khuwaylid, the Prophet's first wife, was a very successful merchant on her own. Ibn Arabi says to assume this character trait. If one of the servants meets this condition in responding to the needs of the one who seeks his support, and if it comes frequently, he is self-existing. Anas bin Malik said, whenever a matter would distress him, the Prophet would say, O living, O self-sustaining sustainer, in your mercy do I seek relief, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, by Rahmatika Astaghth, and with this chain, that he said. The Messenger of Allah said, be constant with, O possessor of majesty and honor, Ya Dal Jalali wal Ikram. The believer benefits from knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Hayy and Al-Qayyum. We acknowledge that reliance upon anything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is futile. No other is ever living like Al-Hayy, and none is self-subsisting except Al-Qayyum, and so, as Imam Ghazali puts it, man's access to this attribute is in proportion to his detachment from everything that is not God the Most High. Anas said, I was with the Prophet, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, when a man made supplication, saying, O originator of the heavens, O living, self-subsistent, I ask of you, he said, do you know by what he has made supplication? By the one in whose hand my soul is. He has asked Allah by the name that he answers when he is asked by it. General insights from the scholars in Tafsir include 1. Sustainer of all creation. Al-Qayyum highlights Allah's role as the sustainer and maintainer of all creation. He continuously upholds and sustains the universe, ensuring its existence and functioning. This attribute reflects Allah's care, support, and control over everything. 2. Independence and permanence. Allah's attribute of Al-Qayyum signifies his eternal existence and independence. He is not dependent on anyone or anything, and everything in the universe relies on him for its sustenance and support. This attribute emphasizes the incomparable status of Allah and his self-sufficiency. 3. Mercy and compassion. Al-Qayyum also reflects Allah's mercy and compassion. He sustains and cares for all creation, providing for their needs and ensuring their well-being. This attribute highlights Allah's ongoing concern and nurturing for his creation. 4. Personal connection. Recognizing Al-Qayyum encourages believers to develop a personal connection with Allah. They acknowledge their reliance on him for their sustenance, guidance, and support. By understanding Allah's attribute as Al-Qayyum, believers deepen their trust and dependency on him in all aspects of their lives. Muslims believe that by understanding and recognizing Allah as Al-Qayyum, they can find solace and strength in relying upon him for their needs, seeking his guidance, and acknowledging his ultimate control over all matters.